What's up, everybody? This is Suresh from Mind is a Monkey coming at you guys with another episode of Let's Check Out Some Diecast. I am pumped about today's episode because I've been wanting to do it for a long time now. The thing is, I just recently moved places, and so all of my diecast ended up in storage. So it took me a while to kind of dig these pieces from storage, and because when I opened these cars up, I also kind of wanted to showcase some of the other pieces that I had in my collection. So today's topic of conversation is the RLC party cars, right? Brad from Orange Track Diecast has a beautiful article on his blog that explains the history of these cars. So it's a very interesting read. If you guys want to go check it out, I will make sure that I remember to include a link to that article in the description of this video, right? It'll be totally worth your time. He has a nice fancy list and he gives you a little bit of history, right? So I think the tradition behind the RLC party cars started way back in 2003, right? So Mattel just came up with the idea of, a party in the middle of convention and, as a way to thank people for being Hot Wheels collectors, for being the cool gang. And they also gave, free Hot Wheels cars, right? So the first RLC party car that was given in 2003 was free. And here's a fun fact: it was not pink. It was a 70s van with fire decals made in Spectraflame black, right? And classic RLC wheels like this one, right? So that was the first ever RLC party car, right? And then I don't know for what reason it did not happen in 2004 and 2005. Ever since 2005, Mattel started having this RLC party car editions at both of their conventions every year. So there's one convention which is the nationals that happens somewhere in the Midwest, right? And the annual convention that always happens in October at LA, right? So ever since 2005 till this year, Mattel has been sticking to the tradition of having an RLC party car. So typically, what would happen is they would have these RLC parties on the Friday evening of the convention, right? Remember, the convention starts Thursday, and Friday is the is the RLC party, and I think yes, Friday also happens to be the dinner, I guess, and then Saturday would be the finale, right? So it was pretty cool. I mean, we have seen a lot of beautiful castings like Pies and Pinto, Rocket by Baby. There's a whole bunch of older models that I'm trying to add to the collection. I don't have a lot of them, but this is kind of like my humble lineup. I also seem to be missing a few of my more recent ones, like the classic TV series Batmobile, the Blown Delivery, and all that. But for some reason, I could not locate them. So this is what I was able to get my hands on currently, and I intend to open up these four, which are like some more recent models from the conventions, right? So this is currently what we are collecting as these RLC party cars. It's referred to as the fifth generation of the RLC Pink Party Cars, right? So this started in 2017, where they were no longer, being issued in baggies, right? They started having a card back, and the solid, beautiful Spectraflame pink paint job often used to have dashes of red or orange thrown in with them, depending on how the light hits it, right? So Brad had also noted that the last RLC party, as such, was in 2018, since the pandemic, I think they stopped having the party as a separate occasion during the convention, but still continuing with the tradition of the pink RLC Party Cars, these have continued to be offering at conventions, right? And I think it also started with 2017, probably 2018, right? Where, whatever was remaining, whatever quantity of cars were remaining that did not sell at the convention, Mattel started putting them on their website for sale, right? It would be like a classic, RLC sale. So it would go live on like Tuesdays at 9 a.m. Pacific time, and people who did not go to the convention, who did not have a chance to travel or be at the convention, they had a amazing chance. I think for someone like me who doesn't travel a lot, I think that is a pretty welcome thing. That's a pretty awesome thing that you could do. You could still have the chance of collecting these vehicles and adding them to your collection, right? So that's a pretty cool thing. So I really recommend you guys going and checking out Orange Track Diecast's blog post on these RLC Pink Party cars. You will not be disappointed, right? All right. So today, in addition to this, introduction about the RLC Party cars, I also kind of like wanted to open up some of these models, because I started opening them up and putting them on my display. So this one, the custom fleet side, happens to be the model from the annual convention of 2022. And then we have the Nissan Skyline GDR, the R34. This was the RLC party car at the Collectors Nationals of 2023. Then we have the 1962 Ford F100 being the RLC party car at the annual convention in LA for 2023. And finally, the most recent one, and also a pretty beautiful one, only in competition with the Skyline GDR, right? Check that out. The 1993 Ford Mustang Cobra R, right? This was the RLC party car that was issued at the recent Collectors Nationals Convention in April. I think that was Atlanta, right? So so I will be opening this one up as well. All right. So let me just adjust the camera a little. Let me take these cars out so that we can open them on screen. And let me just like get the camera a little back so that we are able to check these models out. Yeah, just a little studio work there. Sorry about that. All right. So the first party car that we will be freeing the piece today is the custom fleet side. Like I said, this was offered at the annual convention in LA in 2022, right? So pretty beautiful. So this is the typical card art of the RLC party car since they went carded in 2017, right? So there's catchphrase that says Hot Wheels, hottest metal cars in the world, and it says Red Line Club because unlike the other convention offerings, this was more of an RLC, right? The convention is more like Mattel produces cars for the convention held by Collectors Events Unlimited, right? But this is the only one where it is actually marketed as Hot Wheels Red Line Club because the tradition is that it is actually part of the RLC party at conventions, right? So even though it says real raiders, some of these would be like plastic wheels. For example, the Datsun here had plastic wheels. Yeah, almost all of them had plastic wheels. Well, except the Rockster, right? So is the Mustang, right? The 74 Mustang Boss 302. Yeah, I hate getting my fingerprints all over this, right? That's the level of the Spectraflame chrome on these models, right? So shiny and so beautiful, right? So yeah, so this 66 Supernova, it has rubber wheels, right? So that one does justice to real riders, and so did the Rockster. Yeah, it'll be interesting to note which one of the models that we open today have rubber wheels. So let's check them out. So it comes with a clear plastic casing that is also transparent from the other side. This is your typical Redline Club offering, right? So this is their typical packaging, right? So wow. Okay, so it also kind of gives you a little history about the model. The custom fleet side was originally designed by the first Hot Wheels designer in 1968 as part of the original 16 Hot Wheels. That's pretty cool. So this one right here is actually part of the original 16. And yes, I was trying to remember the name of that wheel in my head. I just found it. It's called Neoclassics, right? These are neoclassic wheels, something that RLC has identified itself with over the years. Neoclassic wheels, right? So let's open it up. There we have the custom fleet side. Yeah, the plastic is pretty solid, so I have to take it off camera to open it. Just bear with me a moment. Yep. Luck at last. All right. Wow. There we have the custom fleet side. So you see how earlier I was referring to Orange Track Diecast's blog post. So this is, like Spectraflame Pink with a tinge of red or orange splashed in. The red or the orange shows up when you're holding it up against the light. I hope you're able to see the distinct difference between the pink on the top of the line there and the orange that's here, right? It's basically, it's like it's the angle at which the light is hitting it. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's just like the light is like playing tricks on you. So there we have a beautiful classic vintage model dating all the way back to the Hot Wheels original 16. So there we have the custom fleet side. All right, gonna set him there. Up next is easily a fan favorite, right? Up next, we have the Nissan Skyline GTR BNR 34. This Skyline has literally, it has like skyrocketed in popularity, right? I think originally it was it started showing up as main lines, and then it was more popularized by Hot Wheels' Fast and Furious set of models, right? So we always used to have that classic Brian's R34 Skyline, right? And ever since, this model has definitely been like a fan favorite, right? And Hot Wheels has had a lot of amazing releases. It's got like the Real Rider treatment, premium treatment in some of their Fast and Furious and pop culture entertainments, and more recently, Hot Wheels has also had the Redline Club has also had like a couple of releases. One of them Inspector Flame Blue, and the most recent RLC sale of this particular model was the Chameleon Purple. Like people are very excited to get that on their hands. I have, thankfully, I was able to snag one too. So, we will definitely be checking that model out once I get my hands on it. So, so here we have the Nissan Skyline GTR. I really like the, candy version of, the white and the pink alternating with each other, right? So that wasn't the case with, older models. They were like fully, RLC pink, right? And, check this Rocket Pie. I think this is either bifocal. I think this is bifocal, right? So, so they had like those chrome parts, but the only other color that you could see on the metal was pink, right? But I think in this fifth generation of vehicles since 2017. Pretty much every single model that you see here has a mix of both pink and white, right? So there we have the Nissan Skyline R34. Wow, pretty beautiful. I have a feeling this has an opening part. Yeah, wow. Wow, check that out. Are you getting in on this? Yeah, that's pretty cool, right? Nice details on the engine bay, and it's pretty cool. I think this is a plastic part. No complaints there because it kind of like helps it stand like that, right? If it were metal, I'm pretty sure it would just be falling, because of the weight and everything, right? There we have a beautiful. I mean, this is like the flagship grille of the GTR R34, So that's my distinguishing mark when I'm trying to distinguish the R34 from the other models there, right? Beautiful, beautiful pink RLC party car. There we have the GTR Skyline R34. And then up next, we have the RLC party car from the annual convention last year. So that is 2023, right? So here we have the 1962 Ford F100 along with another, opening hood. That's pretty cool. Let's open it up. Yeah, unfortunately, you gotta be a little brutal with the opening, else, I mean, these have been glued in a pretty nice manner at the factory, because so that they don't like fall out or something like that. Because many of the collectors out there still like to have their cars carded, So there we have the 1962 Ford F100, and this one has a moving part and opening engine bay there. Yeah, nice detail there on the engine. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's a nice little detail. It says LA23. That's pretty cool, right? You don't have to be looking up lists to find out, which year or which convention from a certain year that a particular model was, right? That's nice. It says Ford and LA23. Yeah, beats me. Okay, this one, the GDR says RLC Pink, right? I hope you're able to get that. RLC Pink, right? And the fleet side did not have a tailplate, right? All right, and up next, we have the most recent RLC party car offering from Mattel. This was the party car at the most recent Collectors Nationals Convention that happened in Atlanta in April. So a very beautiful 1993 Ford Mustang Cobra R. Wow, I'm pumped about this model for some reason. This is probably the third time the Mustang Cobra has made an appearance in our RLC, and I think make that four. I think we had, this was the club car, this was the RLC club membership car once, and then it was released as a selections car. So the selections car came out in Spectre Flame Red. And then it was also a convention model. So this is like the fourth time Mattel has released this as part of their RLC offerings, right? Wow, beautiful. I hope you're able to catch a glimpse of the light playing tricks on you, right? It has got that dual tone to it, right? Beautiful racing stripes there, with the Cobra. And this one also has a moving part. Wow, check that out. Beautiful detailing on the engine, and it says Cobra. There's a paint job slash sticker there that says Cobra. Just one second. I'm taking it off camera to find out what it is. There is something written on top of Cobra, but I'm not able to make it. Okay, so there we have it. A beautiful, beautiful. Oh, check that out. Are you seeing this detail? It says Pink Stang. It says Pink Stang. Pink for the pink Mustang Cobra that it is, right? Beautiful, beautiful casting. I am like super duper happy that I was able to score this. Well, I did not go to the convention, so I was really glad that the Redline Club made an offering of this online. So it was really cool that I was able to snag one. So there we have the most recent RLC party car from the Atlanta Nationals this year, this past April. So I hope you like the content today. So there's my humble lineup of the RLC party cars from 2017. I am missing a few models here. Gotta find them up. Gotta dig them up from storage sometime. So I hope you like the content here today. Like and share the video if you do, and consider subscribing to the channel. Until I meet you guys with another video next time, this is Suresh signing off. Rock on and stay awesome, you guys. Bye.